civilized society that we now live in, many of us, we don't know how to ask for help when we need it. And we up here acting like we got it all together when all of us in here, in order to complete the assignment that God has on our lives, we are going to need some help. We're going to need the power of God to enable us to complete the assignment that God has for our lives. You see, this is the predicament of the disciples in the text. God has asked them to do something that is above their ability. You see, they were illiterate, marginalized, powerless people who God, through his son, Jesus Christ, assigned them to go out into the world and make disciples all over the world. And I know that they must have imagined, God, are you sure you want it to be me? I wasn't even respected in my family. Now you expect for me to minister to those who don't even know who I am? And so they were given an assignment that was above and beyond their ability to complete. But the Bible tells us in Acts 1:8 that they would receive power when the Holy Ghost had come upon them. And so this power was to enable them to do what they otherwise wouldn't be able to do. And so the text says that they were all gathered together in one place and on one accord. And I've been given permission that I ain't got to go in my normal Baptist order and structure. So just bear with me here, because as I was reading this text, one of the things that popped out to me is that here they are in the upper room while everybody else had come to Jerusalem for the Feast of Weeks. Don't miss this here. You see, the Jews, they had a normal and routine and regular ritual of coming to Jerusalem during this festival of weeks. And so it is to suggest that while everybody else was preparing for the regular, these disciples was in the room looking for the radical. While everybody else was settling into the routine, these disciples were in the upper room looking for the revolutionary. While everybody else was okay with the traditional, these were in the upper rooms looking for something that was transformative. And I am so grateful for the visionary Bishop Coletta Bond, because while everybody else is getting ready to do their regular Pentecost Sunday, she came and said, we ought to do something radical. While everybody else is settled in their tradition, she said, let's do something that's going to be transformative. While everybody is getting ready to do their regular routine, she said, let's come together and do something that's going to be revolutionary. And so you ought to be grateful today that you're in the room. Look at your neighbor and say, you in the room. Yeah, you're in the room where something radical is getting ready to happen. You're in the room where something transformative is getting ready to happen. You're in the room where something revolutionary is getting ready to happen. And while everybody else is preparing themselves for the regular, we've come here for the radical.